Now this is more the way I pictured myself down in South Carolina, driving along in an old pickup truck with my hound Scooter.
Scooter, down Scooter.
Going for some real barbecue. I still can't figure why they removed the gun rack. Where's my gun rack?
Hold on, Daisy May.
The town of Holly Hill, South Carolina has seen better times. About 50 miles outside of Charleston, it feels like 100 miles from anywhere. But for one local business, that's not really such a problem.
This is Sweatmans. We call this 100-mile barbecue. That means you drive 100 miles to get this barbecue.
Barbecue, with its mixture of art, science, and magic, is a high calling in the South. And no one knows that better than this man.
Good to have you in South Carolina.
Lake Erie High. And yes, that is his name. He's the founder and president of the South Carolina Barbecue Association, and in him, I find a kindred spirit in the appreciation of all things pork-related.
That's a mosaic of flavors. Just so much good stuff going on in that animal.
Eat more pork, I read the other day, in Europe than any other meat.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All great cooking is, of course, about fundamentals, and for Sweatmans, that means pigs and wood.
The guys who use wood make their own charcoal.
Right.
It's so much easier to do it the other way because the heat is so much easier to control with gas that it takes a real artist like Bill to keep doing it like this.
Bill is Bill Sweatman, pitmaster of this family operation. And he's a busy man making everything from hash to whole hog barbecue.
Oh, look at that.
We usually get the hogs about 3 o'clock on Thursday, cut the ribs out of them, cut them in the middle, put them on here. We only use oak, hickory, or pecan wood. We don't cook with gas. No gas.
No gas.
Lifting the lid on the pits envelops us in an amazing cloud of savory smoke.
Few things better in this world than pork skin and pork fat, as far as I'm concerned.
I tell you.
Sweatmans makes whole hog barbecue. And that pays big dividends, my friends.
When you're cooking that pig whole hog, it's bubbling along and all that nice bacon and all that fat in there. That gives you flavors that you don't get when you cook just, say, shoulders or even just ham.
Right.
Whole hog is a whole different flavor.
You're containing all of that juice and nice steam and stuff inside that
Exactly.
skin.
It's hard not shoving my face into this stuff right away, but there's more to see.
Beautiful. I'm going right for the belly. Nice.
That is too good.
All right, let's see where this goes next. Oh, I see. In there.
Sweatmans believes in sorting things out for their customers.
This is very different than the whole hog I've seen in the past, where they essentially, while it's still in the skin, they yank out all the bones, chop it all up, and then it goes back in. But we got some serious filing and classification going on here. There's ribs, white, dark, skin, and hash. Finished with a little mustard sauce and ready for lunch. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking I want to go eat a whole hell of a lot of it.
It's all you can eat at Sweatman, so we're going to fill you up.
Open just 2 days a week, people come from miles around, and if you're looking for ribs or skin, you'd better come early. By now, Lake and I sound like carnivorous, monomaniacal lunatics, comparing our favorite pork parts like some people talk about sports.
People have asked me for years, what's your favorite food? And I say ribs.
I'm getting in a belly big time.
You're telling me this. I've got to start doing more belly.
It's what the Chinese call like the 5 layers of happiness. You know, skin, lean, fat, lean. It's just, oh man, that looks good.
How you been?
This is the basic stuff here. Basic South Carolina barbecue. Your hash is really nothing but liquid sausage. Oh, you need more. There you go.
Oh, I'm going to be loading up here and coming back for more. Oh, yeah.
A little pulled pork.
Oh, yeah, just in time.
Some pork skin cracklings.
There you go.
And a couple of ribs.
Now, what's the feeling about sauce? Maybe a little on the side, right?
Yeah, put the sauce on the side. I hardly ever put sauce on my barbecue.
This is a really unique looking rib for me. Never seen anything like it. This color, this mustard thing. All right, let's see, that's good. Tender?
You see, mustard enhances pork. That's why people put it on their hot dogs.
Lake tells me we have German immigrants who settled here almost 300 years ago to thank for South Carolina's unique mustard-style barbecue. So tell me, Lake, where was barbecue invented and by whom?
The Indians and the Spanish invented barbecue in South Carolina.
Here in South Carolina, and you say that with high degree of certainty.
Absolutely. Here's the reason. The first colony was in South Carolina. It's Santa Elena. It's down where Beaufort is, where Port Royal is. And it was there that they met the Edisto Indians. The Indians were already cooking barbecue. The Indians had the method, and the Spanish had the pig. So those cross-cultural things invented barbecue.
Way to go.
One misconception we both like to see cleared up.
Is barbecue is not grilling.
Oh, absolutely not.
So what most people are doing in their backyards
Is grilling.
is murdering food or grilling.
Unfortunately. Now they're having a beer, they got the neighbors over, they're having a good time.
Let them call it
but
barbecue,
it isn't
but-
barbecue.
Now, let me ask you a totally undiplomatic question. Who's got the best barbecue?
We've got to obviously give the edge to South Carolina because it's the only one with 4. We've got the vinegar and pepper, we've got the light tomato, we've got heavy tomato, kind of like Kansas City, and then we've got mustard. We are absolutely the barbecue capital of the world.
Line coming in the line! Mark!
So what's a New York Yankee like me doing in a place like this? Am I really cut out for this man's army?
I think I'd like to complain to the War Department about my pants.
Coming to terms with divided loyalties.
When do I get to kill some Yankees?
My dearest Lucinda, I'm sure that by now you have heard the unfortunate news. Our attempts to promote the Union cause at the Battle of Secessionville proved unfruitful, and my subsequent capture promises to extend my tour of the Southlands indefinitely. Adaptability, Pa always said, was a virtue, and it was for this reason that I agreed to join, for purposes both practical and convenient, the secessionists. It does grieve me to think of my former brothers in arms and what they might think of my shift in loyalty.
When do I get to kill some Yankees?
You don't even know how to load that weapon yet, there, soldier.
Lucy, I regret giving up the uniform of the 79th New York Highlanders more than you can ever imagine.
I think I'd like to complain to the War Department about my pants. I requested Armani, but
It's hard to get during the war.
From a distance, it's all too easy to make fun of Civil War reenactors. They're dismissed by a lot of people as existing somewhere on a spectrum between stamp collectors and hardcore Star Trek fans. I mean, what would possess an otherwise rational group of local folks to give up most of their free weekends recreating the lives and training of the 10th Regiment of the South Carolina Volunteer Infantry?
The 10th South Carolina, which is our unit, and we represent an actual unit that did exist.
We do the reenacting from the perspective of the poor old private. He might have had a great idea about being in the Army at the beginning, but as the war wore on, why am I here? I want to go home.
I was counting on a day with the 10th Regiment involving a lot of marching and shooting. I was not expecting to be surrounded by amateur historians.
My dad was a history teacher. Grew up in Alabama, about 45 minutes from Shiloh.
But you can't even get dressed around here without knowing what's what.
I keep my BlackBerry in here and my...
But you keep all your gunpowder rounds in it.
I guess we ought to introduce him to our captain. Sure. Captain Poston.
Glad to have you.
Says he can fight. We've got to see if he can handle a musket first.
Yeah, might need a little help there.
First Sergeant, pull him in.
10th South Carolina, fall in!
The discipline of drilling is what separates an army from a mob, and that's as true today as it was in the 1860s. Now, while I'm generally opposed to regimentation, it's hard to be part of a regiment without it. After receiving a quick course in the Manual of Arms, I joined the line.
Forward! March! Line coming in the line! March!
One thing I do immediately is make a serious effort to pull my own weight and not let the team down.